What's up, you guys? Infinite Space News here. Snapple fact of the day: the first bike was called a hobby horse. I thought that was pretty cool. Side note, by the way, if you guys would not like me to list Snapple facts, which I sort of don't want to do now because it kind of messes with the flow of things, just tell me and I'll stop. But anyway, first of the news, we have the James Webb Space Telescope. Now, you guys remember, I think a month ago, I was talking about this telescope and how it's going through testing. It is still going through testing. In fact, it just survived, quote-unquote survived, its environmental test. Now, what I believe an environmental test is where they would put the satellite through the similar conditions that it would go through while going up into space in the rocket. So apparently it survived that, so this likely means it will be put into space very soon, and when it does, I will be sure to tell you guys about that. But I thought that was pretty cool that this very state-of-the-art telescope is now being used, or going to be used very soon. And I'm actually very excited to see what astronomers find with this telescope. So yeah, James Webb, you better do good. But anyway, next up in the news, we have actually quite an interesting thing. You guys remember a few days ago, or last week I believe, I talked about a space toilet that is going to the ISS. There's also going to be a space refrigerator going to the ISS. Now, this I actually find is very interesting. Both these things are, because they are showing me that NASA and other space companies are actually becoming interested in space tourism. And I think this because if you think about what an astronaut's life is like, it's not really that pleasant. Like, all their meals have to come out of pouches, the toilets aren't that good, and these new developments I feel are supposed to make it more comfortable, not only for astronauts but possibly for more normal people when the time comes for us to, say, move planets. So I find this very interesting. This does, as I said, fix the pouch problem, because eating out of a pouch doesn't sound like it would be that cool or really that fun of an activity to do. But I think this is really interesting. I'm interested to see if anything like this, like the space toilet or the refrigerator that is used to make space travel more comfortable, comes out soon. But I really do think this is a sign that space tourism is in fact becoming a more interested in topic by space companies. Now, speaking of space companies, we have SpaceX, and specifically their Starlink system is apparently almost ready. SpaceX has launched all the satellites they need for Starlink to work, and they're saying, specifically Elon Musk is saying, my boy Elon, that the beta will be ready soon, and specifically this is going to be in America, and for the rest of the world it'll probably be ready later, he said, due to I don't know, like international issues perhaps. But I thought this was really cool. You guys remember that Starlink is mainly used to help more rural areas, and so I'm actually very interested to see if it does work. And it is a bit controversial still because of how it blacks out the night sky for astronomers because of the bright lights, but I'm really excited to see if it actually does any good for humanity. And right along with SpaceX, the U.S. Transport Command is actually propositioning an idea of using SpaceX rockets for international travel, specifically for transporting cargo around the world. Now, you guys remember, this is indeed an idea from Elon Musk, where he did say that SpaceX, not specifically SpaceX, but rockets in general, could be used to transport people around the world in very high speeds, and it seems that the idea is actually taking off, so to speak. And so I'm actually not sure if that's the best idea, only because SpaceX, not SpaceX specifically, but rockets in general, have a lot of fuel, and that could poison, you could say, the atmosphere. But nonetheless, it is a very interesting idea and it might work, but I'm not sure if I support it fully or not, though I can definitely see governments and many other companies investing in this, because if you think about it, a rocket is one of the fastest things man has, and so moving around cargo in it would probably be a good idea, but I'm not sure if it's the best idea. Now, lastly in news is a bit of an interesting tidbit here. Apparently, scientists have found pieces of Venus on the moon, and I don't know if I fully believe this yet, only because I have not seen any actual pictures of these pieces. Perhaps they were unable to take them, but nonetheless, if they did find them, this could be a very interesting discovery, because it could show a way that Venus became inhospitable, as scientists believe that Venus was once hospitable and it became inhospitable over time. If there are bits on the moon, it could mean that Venus was hit by asteroids, which it likely was, and the asteroid blast launched pieces of Venus to the moon. Now, why we don't have them on Earth, or I don't know, but nonetheless, this is still a very interesting thing to me. It could possibly mean that Venus was hospitable at one point, but I'm not sure about that. But that's it for today's news. So if you like the video, you know what to do. Like it, wink wink, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss all these wonderful news videos. And please leave your comments in the comments section down below. I'd like to hear what your opinions are on all these topics, as always. And yeah, that's it for today. So I'll see you next time, and bye for now.